What's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We are here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete, and guess what? I have some of that German muscle performance for you right here. This is a 2022 BMW M4. It's not just a standard M4. This is that steroid pumped up M4 Competition. But before we get into this two-door, blacked out, iconic vehicle from this iconic German brand, let's talk about what's going on here. BMW. It all started in the early 1900s, building airplanes and airplane engines. Boy, oh boy, have they come a long way. Now, BMW obviously is known for their engineering, design, and on-track performance. They've even won the coveted 24 Hours of Le Mans. What BMW has kept their promise to is bringing back that ultimate driving experience. For a few years, the ultimate driving experience really wasn't so ultimate. But now, with this redesigned M4, bringing a competition equipped level of horsepower and style, they are saying that this is the car to buy. Now, what I want to do is I want to compare it to another iconic German brand, Audi. And what do they have that goes up against this M4? The Audi RS5. So let's see what is the better performance car, this M4 Competition or an RS5. Let's dive in and find out. Right off the bat, the style. This was one of those cars that I think we're gonna remember 10 years, 15 years from now and say, you know what? Remember when BMW came out with that redesigned M4 and the grills were just ginormous? Well, here they are. First of all, at the front of the business, you're gonna get that great LED laser light setup going on. So you got everything happening nice and clear on the interior of the headlight housing. Those LED daytime running lamps, the halo, that is part of that iconic style and design of BMW, and LED turn signals. What I've always liked about any of the BMWs, they do a great job of kind of integrating all the extra aero without making it look stuck on. So as we work our way down, you can see how they flare out this front area for an air curtain to clean up that air that hits the front of the vehicle. We got our lower splitter that comes down at an angle, and then as we come across the front portion, there's that big, debatable, controversial design with the large lung shape grille. It's supposed to be kidney shaped. These are definitely lung shaped. People have called it a beaver, a pig snout, all sorts of weird things. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Are you over it? And does it look really clean, especially since it's all blacked out on our particular M4? We got the M4 Competition. When you see M, M stands for motorsport. And when you see competition, you're getting that extra level of performance. I love the way you got these massive functional air intakes for brake cooling, cooling for the heat exchangers, and then of course the center grille area is also going to be functional as well. The one thing that bothers me is where they mounted the forward-facing camera. Kind of looks cheap. Kind of looks like somebody did this at Pep Boys or something. So I wish they would have mounted it a little differently. And then of course that iconic BMW badge. We get up onto the hood. One of the things I was hoping for were heat extractors, but I do like the design. And if you're comparing this to the RS5 does have some non-functional vents at the front. Way more than this vehicle does. This, everything's functional up front. RS5, not so much. I like the nice low slung hood, great body lines, and then as we come around the bend, what are we working with on our M4 Competition? So we got these 19-inch wheels. Maybe hard to clean, but you know what? It's definitely a labor of love because I love the way they did the design on it. These wheels are forged. Forged is going to be stronger than cast aluminum, less rotating mass. 275 on the width, 35 series sidewall. You can see those massive tomato sauce red. Give me some pasta, 6-piston Brembo calipers with the M badging. We got our 2-piece rotors, fully cross-drilled and ventilated. And then of course we're going to have our adaptive suspension, all 4 corners, and we have that X-Drive all-wheel drive system. Think about it. RS5 has the Quattro all-wheel drive system. This also has all-wheel drive to get the power to the ground. And of course, we're running some nice, sticky, but also durable Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. And if you're wondering, well, what's all this stuff all over my face and my arms? It's called sweat. It's very hot and humid right now in Florida. As we work our way down, the one thing I like, but I also zunk, so I'm gonna give it a half a zunk, is the non-functional vent on the fender. They should have made this functional, but I like the way it says M4 Competition, and also the way that they carved the design into the actual fender. Up top, we got some of the sexiest aero-equipped mirrors you'll ever see with 360-degree cameras. You can see how they take that aero. There's some of my sweat that's not included. Some of that extra aero cleans it up on the side. We got that sunroof. We got our side sill extension, drops down very nicely. And then the funny thing in all this is back in the day, when I was a wee lad, there was just the M3. There wasn't an M4. And the M3 you could get as a two-door, you could get a four-door. The two-door version is called now the M4, and the four-door version is called the M3. Confusing, isn't it? Working our way towards the rear, super size on the quarter window. The reason why is that these back seats are actually fairly usable, even for somebody tall like myself. You got that flared out fender, and why are the fenders flared out so wide? It's because of the meaty rubber at the tail end of the business. We got 285, 275s up front, 285s out back, gives us a little bit more rubber to meet the road. Out back, we got a 20-inch wheel, 19-inch wheel up front, 20-inch wheel out back. And then speaking about the back, coming around the tail end of the business, you got a nice Tasteful trunklet spoiler, just like the headlights. They did a great job with the taillights, all LED, of course. And then we got our M4 Competition badge. And then my favorite part of this car is gonna be the exhaust. Nice quad tip slash cut with this massive diffuser that looks like it's right off of a BMW race car. Gives it that aero, but also gives it that style that makes it stand out. But since this is a performance car, it's gotta have some power, right? Let's pop the hood and compare it to the RS5. All right, guys, we got the hood open. Obviously, you have two hydraulic hood struts. Underneath the hood, it's interesting because it's similar to the Audi, but then it's different. First of all, check out the massive bracing. I mean, you got your strut tower brace, they then brace and tie in the front of the vehicle. You'll notice the wires at the top of the shock absorbers here. That's for the adaptive suspension. But BMW has a little different philosophy, and one thing I'm definitely gonna zonk is all this bracing that used to be up front used to be carbon fiber. Not anymore, it's metal. So I was wishing that they did the carbon fiber and at least a carbon fiber engine cover, but what do we got? We got an inline six, that's a straight six, twin turbocharged power plant. It's 3 liters in displacement. That equates to 503 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic, that ZF 8-speed. The bummer with the competition is you can't get a manual. If you get a non-competition one, you could get the 6-speed manual. 0 to 60 though in this car, 2.8 seconds. Quarter mile goes by at 11 seconds flat at 125 miles an hour. Top speed around 180 miles per hour. The car weighs 3,904 pounds. MPGs, 16 in the city, 22 on the highway. Let's talk about the RS5. That's got a 2.9 liter, so very close to the displacement of this engine, but that is a V6, twin turbocharged V6, 444 horsepower, 442 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, and top speed on the RS5 is governed to 155 miles per hour. But why don't we go ahead, we talked about performance numbers, we talked about the horsepower, let's fire up this M4 and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 M4. I know you're saying to yourself, you want to have that performance. You also want to have that style. And since everybody in your neighborhood has a BMW, you want to have a BMW as well. Don't lie, you know it's true. But anyways, if you're comparing this to the RS5 That's a very good comparison because they're quite similar, but yet quite different. Now, I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, what's the bottom line? What's the MSRP? Brand new MSRP on this one was around $102,000. Check out the Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete website for the price on this one, but let's see what you get for the money compared to the Audi. To the door panels, I like what they did with the two-tone, and I'm so glad it's not beige or brown. You got the soft touch material up top that's black, and then you got that beautiful blood red that is in the center section there. No gloss black, Harman Kardon sound system. Door pocket is a little tight, so maybe I would say 2 Ybor City empanadas and a bottle of milk to wash it down. Other than that, clean German styling. When we go from the door panel to the dash, loving the carbon fiber, especially on the competition trim. You got ambient lighting underneath here. I don't know if Steven could show it, but it's actually red. You could change the color. They actually call it the fruit stripe gum color combination. 64 different colors. Love the carbon. And then what do we got in the center there? You have that 12.3-inch digital display for your infotainment system. Let me kind of show you something because it's a little on the dark side, I'm noticing. But we go into navigation. There's your navigation. Nice and easy touchscreen. And then what my favorite part is the driving information. You got, of course, your trip data, but who cares about that? What I care about are the sport displays. You got your horsepower, boost pressure, G-meter, the whole 9 yards. You even got energy flow, which is a nice setup for that all-wheel drive system there. Back to the sport displays. Throw it into reverse. There's your backup camera, looking good. And then we're right back in the park. Carbon fiber on the center. Open it up. You got wireless charging, 2 cup holders, and your BMW key fob. They haven't changed it in about 20 years, but let me know what you think. Is it still good looking? It's got the M colors on it, which is nice. I'll put that back here. We have our 8-speed automatic with the M logo, the M colors. Somebody spilled a bucket of carbon fiber all over this. You got your bright red start-stop button, the BMW iDrive controller knob. There's so much going on here, including an M4 Competition badge, just to let you know that you did it right. Lift this bad boy up. You got enough room in there, I would say, probably for 6 Eggo waffles. So if you're late to work, pop the Eggos in the toaster, get them, run out the door, Lego my Eggo, because you could keep them in there. What's interesting is there's this. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's for like cleaning your Eggo waffles if you get some dust on them or something. But you got a USB-C in there, which is nice. And then the seats. German perfection. The leather, the M4 badge, the black in the center. Of course, you got ventilated seats and heated seats. All the power controls on the side. And we have that standard size sunroof in here. But why don't you come over to the business end? I got a steering wheel with carbon fiber I want to show you. Coming over. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have 2 memory seat settings. We got the M4 Competition badge, let you know that you went all in on your M4. And then the pedal box is a great size. Nice size dead pedal, brake pedal, and throttle. Don't mind the dirt. Obviously, that will be all cleaned up if you were to get this one. Controls on the side of the seat are within fingertip reach, and I like the way you could adjust even the side bolstering to hold you in tightly. I'm 6 feet tall. Plenty of headroom, even with the sunroof in here. And then the steering wheel. Nice, thick rim, large steering wheel. You don't need a flat bottom. The carbon fiber is great. Heated steering wheel, and you got those M performance buttons for your preferences to easily set up. Carbon fiber, not metal, not plastic, but carbon fiber paddles, the size of a surfboard. And then you do have that nice large digital gauge cluster that's obviously configurable. We got the G-meter up. You got the tach. What's interesting, it's a reverse operating tach, which makes it a little different, and a head-up display, but it is manual controls for the steering wheel. But why don't we go ahead? We're not doing the back seat. I'll show you the trunk so you can compare it to the RS5. If you're ready, I'm ready. We're gonna go on throttle soon in this M4 competition. All right, guys, time to get into the trunk area. You hit that button right under the BMW badge, electric assist, so you don't have to, hurt your arms lifting up the trunk lid. What are you greeted to? You're greeted to almost 13 cubic feet of space. I love the way the cargo floor is nice and low. You got your, of course, German Twinkie cargo net for when you're at the Nürburgring. You put that box of Twinkies there. BMW promises it will not come loose. And we have another one on the passenger side. So each of you could have your own box of Twinkies, your passenger and you, and the seats also fold down. So you're getting that flexibility, but you know what? They say this BMW's fast. I have the keys. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go on throttle in the M4 Competition. All right, guys, we're inside this BMW M4 Competition. Right away, there's a high level of fit, feel, and finish in these cars. And then obviously the way that the ZF transmission behaves with the twin turbo straight six is just poetry in motion. But if you're ready, I'm ready. I'm ready to write some poetry with you. Here we go. On throttle, here we go, yeah! Golly! Nice! One of the things that I love about these vehicles is that with the twin turbos, the boost comes in so low in the torque range that it just pushes you straight back in the seat. The seats hold you nice, but they're also very comfy as well. And the steering input is so quick and precise. Like I said earlier, they really worked on bringing back that ultimate driving feel to BMW. And then of course the brakes, you stop on a dime, you give everybody change. I mean, it's that simple. But here we go. On throttle. God, shifts are so precise, so purposeful. Look at this. Wow. Let's see how those brakes are. 6-piston calipers, shedding speed, nice turn in, out of the corner. It just, and then the traction, the grip level is from another planet. It just feeds you tons and tons of confidence. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the shifter and put it into manual shift mode. Now I could use the paddles with the shifter. Woo! I love the shift lights. You get these awesome Formula One style shift lights right at the top in between the speedometer and the tachometer. And the shifts are very, very quick, lightning quick, and very purposeful. Very precise. Look at this. Good thing that we have those large paddles because it allows you to really be able to make contact with them no matter where your hands are on the steering wheel in a turn. But are you ready again? Here we go. On throttle, godly! Dude, that was a freaking neck snapper. That put me back in the seat off the line. Super intense. It's like you're being tugged as the rope in a tug of war. That's how hard that hit is. It's impressive. The technology, the balance, and the fact that it handles. This is definitely the faster, higher level of performance than an RS5. As much as I love the RS5, what I miss are the RS5s with the V8s. Those were the days. Those naturally aspirated V8s. There's just something not the same with a twin turbo V6. It's just not the same. Still powerful, just not the same. Love the sound of that. You ready? On throttle, here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Yes, it just wants more. She just wants more. Visibility is fantastic out the windshield. And it's just so balanced. So balanced. But I hope that this has been a nice overall review of the M4 competition when we're trying to talk about the Audi RS5. We're gonna get back to Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete and wrap this one up. So I will see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been one heck of a day here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete. Definitely want to thank Miro, Jeff, and the rest of the crew getting us access to this 2022 M4 competition. Let me know what you think. Is BMW the way to go if you want your German performance, or are you going to go with the Audi RS5? Let me know your choice, your selection in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radius Rides family. We got to give it up to Steven Fluff Photography. He actually went to Germany once for a bratwurst eating contest. He came in second. Kobayashi wound up beating him, but you know what? He came in second. We're very proud of him. Show him some love in that comment section. Thank you, Steven, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.